Shalom, brothers and sisters. It's the Hebrew Life again. It's Shag Bay Jerusalem, and I'm back with another lesson. We're going to call this one The Eclipse and Signs and Wonders. There's been a lot of talk about this eclipse that's supposed to be seen worldwide. And everybody's losing their wits about it. Everybody going crazy like it's the second coming of Yeshua or something like that. Or like it's never been, like it's something new under the sun. I mean, was something new to happen to the sun. You're going to come to find out that this eclipse is nothing more than a sign from the heavens, and it done happened many times before. It's just documented the way it is in today's world because most of the people in the world are sun worshipers. So they're going to keep tabs on what goes on with the sun, because if you're not in this truth, then you might take it as it's something big. You might take it as something like Y2K or 2012. And all of these superstitions with people guessing when the world's going to end, what's going to happen, and losing their mind. I guarantee you suicides were committed just because of this eclipse, because people have all kind of wacky beliefs. Which I'm finna put it down today and let everybody know what eclipses are. Let them know that it's a sign and a wonder and where it come from and what it means to a Hebrew. And that it don't really mean much to us. All it means is that the Son of Man is coming. The Son of the Most High is on his way. That's all it means. I'm going to prove that today. We're going to start with Luke 21 and 25. Because that's when these signs and wonders were talked about. And it was talked about other times in the scripture. I'm going to go to that. But this is really the nail in the coffin right here early to let people know what's going on today. Luke 21 and 25. Okay. We're going to read. And there should be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations, with perplexity in the seas and the waves roaring. We're going to stop right there. We're going to explain that. It says, it shall be distress of nations with perplexity. Perplexity. I've looked up the word perplexity so I wouldn't be tangled up in what was going on. I found out the word is actually a word that means to be tangled up. It's crazy. Now, perplexity, the definition of perplexity is the inability to deal with or understand something. Another definition is complicated, unaccountability, an entangled state. These are the definitions of this word perplexity. Now, it say it should be distressed with the nations with perplexity. If the American public isn't in a state of perplexity, I will pay you. If they are in a state of not knowing what's going to happen, falling for all of these rumors of war, we're going to get to that in Matthew 24 and 2 and 24 and 6. We're going to get to that. These rumors of war, more signs and wonders to let you know that the Son of Man is on his way. All of the wicked deeds on the earth is y'all finna pay up. It's time to pay up. Most people, I know you thought you was just going to do this forever. You planned another 100 years of wickedness, but you don't know when this is going to end because nobody knows the coming of the Son of Man. So keep your eyes open. He told us to be watchmen, and that's what I'm being right now, watchmen. Letting people know that this eclipse is nothing more than a sign that the sun, that it's about to kick off. It's about to kick off. And I think people know that in their heart, but they want to continue to live with their wickedness, and they want to overlook that. Now, this rumors of war. We're going to jump into this thing real fast because this is another sign and a wonder. Now, it's been a lot of talk in the media about different wars about to jump off. First, it was with Russia. That's always been. This has been going on for at least 100 years. Back with Russia, rumors of war. Now it's not a media is involved, and it's documented to the highest peak it can be documented to. You got North Korea and Syria. First it was Iraq and Afghanistan. And they just keep focusing on different nations. Whatever nation isn't down with the Rothschild banking, they taking them out. If can't nobody pay attention to where they're going and the signs and the places they're taking out and why they're taking them out, it's all about money. It's all about money and politics when it comes to these Gentiles and these fake Jews and all of the evil, whether you Hamite or whatever. Evil doesn't really have a color because they only see one color, and that's green, and that's better in their selves. They have no thought for the poor. They have no thought for the fatherless. But when the sun does an eclipse, they might pay attention because they worship the sun. In many cultures. And I want to add on, in many cultures, this eclipse thing happening is people have all kind of excuse, all kind of weird cultures on why this happened. The devil stole the sun. The stars ate the sun. I mean, if anybody seen the movie Apocalypto, it's a great movie. Everybody should check it out. When the Aztecs was worshiping the sun, and it came time for the brother to get sacrificed, the sun did an eclipse, and they stopped what they were doing, and they was fearing. They was fearing because this is their God. But it's not a God to us. It's not a God. It's just the sun. I'm gonna prove that later on in the video. It's just the sun and the moon. It's just for signs and wonders and seasons and appointed times. But people think the sun is God. It's a representation, but it's not. Everything in this world is a representation of Yah because He made it. Now we're gonna go to Matthew 24:2. To find out about this rumors of war thing and why is this going on. And why is this so heavily documented. Everybody at the edge of their seat about a war that's supposedly about to kick off. But it hasn't happened. And they got everybody in the hangars thinking, okay, when is it going to happen? Any minute now, any day now. Fear tactics. We don't fear none as Hebrews. We watch. We ready for it to jump off. We ready for it to jump off. We ain't trying to get our last super Kool-Aid, last bite of our ham sandwich like these heathens out here. We ready. We watching. We always ready. We ready to hit the wilderness. We ready to fish and hunt. We ready to go through hard times in the wilderness to survive and wait on that manna that the Most High gonna bring in the time of distress. But these people who ain't ready, who living by the flesh, they gonna fall quick when they cut off the water and the food. I promise you that. I promise you that. When everything hit the fan, martial law, whatever it's gonna take, attack by another country, and they cut food, link, and all this, because this is what people don't care unless it's affecting them. If it ain't affecting them, then they don't care. If it ain't affecting they bank account, they household, people fail to care or realize what's really going on. Long as they safe, they get in a little corner and they settle. But the world is bigger than me and you. And what's going on is bigger than me and you. So be bigger than yourself and reach out and do something positive in the world. In these last days. Because everybody's book is being written. If it don't match the book of life, you done. You going into the lake of fire. I'm not trying to scare you or none of that. That's just, it was written. And his word don't come back void. The Most High's word will not come back void. And that's what you're going to see. Matthew 24:2. I'm sorry, people, for ranting. But the Spirit took over me. And that's what happens. I have to get that out. People think it's a joke. Long as they bank account and everything is not affected, they children eating, they cool. Matthew 24:2. And I'm going to read. And Jesus said unto them, see ye not all of these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left one stone upon another, and it shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon Mount Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of the coming and in the end of the world? And Yeshua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. Ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and ye shall see that ye not be troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in divers places. These are all the beginnings of sorrow. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. Because iniquity shall abound, and love of many shall wax cold. We're going to stop right there. That's a lot. And that's going on right now as we speak. We can't say, well, this isn't came yet. We can't say that the fake Jews aren't over there in Jerusalem, in the Holy Land, posing as the fake Jews. We can't say that there isn't fake pictures of who's supposed to be the Son of Man, supposedly Jesus Christ, but we know his name is Yeshua. There's fake pictures out here. People are tricked and deceived and thinking this is the Son of Man by false images. All these things are happening as we speak. So we can't think that the Son of Man can't come any day. We can't think that a war has to jump off and all kind of extra stuff. Wars have already happened. Blood has already been spilled concerning this situation. How deep in the prophecy do we have to get before we realize it's going down right now? We are in these last days. And it takes the sun to eclipse with the moon, which is for people to start thinking about their life. Man, maybe I do need to get right with the Most High. And if you go on social media, they making a big joke about this. They make memes about everything. I think when the end of the world come, it'll be a fool making a meme about that on his way straight to hell, thinking everything is a joke. I promise you that. But we're going to get the last laugh. The saints of the Most High, we're going to get the last laugh. I promise you that. Now, we're going to jump to Genesis 1:14 to the beginning so we could get an understanding on what is the moon and what is the sun for before I get up out of here, Hebrews. Because it's a lot of lies going on about what is the sun here for and what is the moon here for. And when the sun eclipses with the moon, people lose their mind because they have no knowledge on what is the sun for and what is the moon for. Our forefathers knew these things, but we're so dumbfounded believing everything on TV and on social medias, we'll never had a true knowledge. And the true knowledge has been tainted. This is the true knowledge right here. It's coming from the Hebrew Israelites. This was wrote to the Most High, to Moses, and that's where the story of Adam and Eve come from. Everything comes from us. Every book, every story, every movie, every idea comes from the prophets of the Most High, because the Most High created everything. You don't have nothing. They talking this Egypt stuff. We were in Egypt. We built the pyramids. We gave them the culture. Then we left. That's why Egypt is no more. We gave America their culture. We built America up. When we leave in the second Exodus, there's going to be no more. This is going to be a habitation for devils. And if you still over here, you must be a devil. Now let me read. I'm sorry for running again, people, but I had to get that out. This is the true meaning of why lights, stars, suns, and moons are here. There ain't no other reason. The Most High finna tell you why they're here and why he created them. And the Elohim said, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide day from night. And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, a greater light to rule the day and a lesser light to rule the night. And he made the stars also. And he set them in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day, and to rule over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And Yah saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. The Most High made the sun and the moon and the stars, and it was so on the fourth day. We all know he rested on the seventh. That's why we rest on the Shabbat. Now, I don't want to hear no more about this eclipse thing. No more. We didn't unlock this eclipse thing and this signs and wonders thing. I'm Base Jerusalem. This is the Hebrew Life. Again, Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom.